How you doing?
It's your boy, Rebel Dog and Snow, back at it again.
All right, I think I got YouTube unmuted. We're up on YouTube and on Twitch. What is up, people? How you all doing? Welcome to Carbon Corner. I'll let Snow do the introductions. He's so fucking good at that.
I don't know whether that's the rolls of the eyes.
No, he is good. He's good.
You're telling the truth, man.
I'm telling the truth.
Tonight's show, ladies and gentlemen, is all about rebuttals, right? A little bit of 1v1 action here on the Carbon Corner. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of Carbon Corner. Tonight's episode, debate time, all about Twitter. And guess what? We're adding a few new things. A little bit of snippets of nonsense.
Always nonsense.
Do you know what that is? Rebel Dog, do you know what we're adding here?
No, what are we adding?
We are adding Conspiracy Corner.
Oh, Lord Jesus. We're going to be talking about aliens all the time now. Oh, my God.
Baby. After the debate, we're going to get into some just wacky, random stuff, man. Because guess what? We're here to have fun. We're not all about business. Man, I tell you what. I about fall asleep half the time with all these important conversations. Let's talk. Let's have some fun with it, man. You know what I mean? We're going to have the important convos, and we're going to have fun with it. Boom. All right. What episode is this, man?
We are on episode 9.
What episode is this? 9 episodes in?
Yep.
Yeah.
Big old 9.
Make sure that you hit that like, hit that subscribe button, turn the notifications on, and just have some fun. Drop your questions in the chat because at the very end, we will be answering them. We want to interact with you, but we also don't want to get off topic all the time because guess what, man? It's a podcast. We gotta be able to focus a little bit.
But also, if you guys have something to contribute, if you want to contribute to this conversation tonight, feel free to contribute. I know I can't remember. Let's look at the Twitter, see who's winning on the Twitter poll. See who won the Twitter poll because I think it ended.
Fitty.
Nah.
It's probably fitty.
No. I think well, not Twitch. I don't want Twitch. I want Twitter. I want the Bluebird. All right, let's see. Who's it?
Who's ahead?
Where's it at? Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go. The one I posted. 27% says I want my check mark. 18% says it's play to play. 54% says where's the donuts.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna.
Oh, damn. Okay. Let's see. On the one we did on Carbon Twitter, good idea. 47%. Bad idea. 31%. Don't give a care. Give me my check mark. 21%. Let's see. That's the whole debate. Because I think like 21% is a lot higher if it was actually. I mean, there was 19 votes, so it's not bad. Pretty good engagement. But I mean, see, Snow thinks that I thought the Twitter Blue was. It's not the fact of Twitter Blue because I use Twitter Blue, even though I can't get my check mark because I don't know why. I've been Twitter Blue.
I'll explain that tonight.
I've been Twitter Blue for 4 months. It's because I signed up through the Twitter Blue website, and Twitter Blue is now a separate entity within Twitter. It's a separate company.
Nonsense.
But so I gotta wait. I think I gotta wait for my subscription to run out in December here in a couple weeks before I can renew it.
Well, actually, I don't want to cut you off here, but he disbanded it right now. It's not running. It's not operational right
Well,
now
that makes sense.
Anymore. But there's one more left. Who's gonna win tonight's debate? Myself or you?
Me.
No.
I never lose.
I need the data.
I never
Data
lose.
speaks. What was it? Was it
All
you?
right, all right, all right. So let me ask you this question. Let me ask you before we get started. Because my whole okay, this is I'm speaking first. My whole basis of this conversation, this debate, is the fact not Twitter Blue is a bad idea. It's the fact that being able to pay for your check mark is a bad idea. I understand it's a subscription service. You pay, it shows you have a subscription, but they need to change it. If you follow the old verification rules to where you are, what was it? You had to be like in the limelight. You had to have an article posted about you. You had to have all this stuff. I understand that should be classified as a blue check mark, saying that you are actually a personality or you are a business or you're an organization that has gone through the verification checks. If they want to put in the gray check mark to say, yes, I paid my $9 or $8 or whatever it is right now to get the Twitter Blue subscription, that's totally fine with me. But right now, the only reason people are paying the $8 is so they can get verified because they want that little check mark. That check mark just like completes them. But you know what? In my opinion, once they've done that, the check mark no longer represents what it used to represent. See what I mean? I left him speechless.
All right, guys, that's the end of the debate. No, I'm playing. All right, so how this is gonna work, right? We got Rebel Dog coming in here, right? He's coming out with the idea that everybody bought the check mark, or everybody bought Twitter Blue for the check mark, right?
One vote for Rebel.
That's basically what he's saying, and I'm a rebuttal in return. Now, most people think I'm going to rebuttal that he's completely wrong. It said, no, it's nonsense, whatever he's speaking about. No, I'm going to come back with, here's the deal, right? In my opinion, a lot of people did. A lot of people bought or paid $8 for the check mark. A lot of people did. A lot of the trolls did, right? The people that literally have 4 followers and are nobodies. Okay. In my opinion, right, I think it would be a good idea that you should have that verification process anyway. Right? You should have the verification process in the setup portion of it. The fact that I have created 4 accounts on Twitter, 4 accounts, right? And not one time did I actually have to verify it was me. Right?
True. I mean, yeah.
And that's what I'm saying is like, okay, so paying $8 for a check mark, that's kind of the deal right now. Now, in my thought process here, and then if I'm Elon Musk, right? I'm gonna start some Twitter fucking drama because guess what? That's where the money's at.
Yep.
I'm I'm gonna buy the platform, even if he really didn't want it. He was joking around, but he was like, "Fuck, people don't think I'm gonna fall through with it. I'm gonna fall through with it." I bought it, right? And in my business-minded aspect of things is, I'm kind of doing a little story time. Okay, this is just my thought process. I'm going to challenge my workers, my employees. I'm going to challenge them with building an entire thing in the matter of a month. As soon as I get in there. Because guess what? As you can see, Twitter drama, oh no, it's failing. Everybody's leaving. That's what he wants. What was the first thing that he wanted to, he wanted to cut a shitload of employees, right?
Well, he fired everybody. He's the sole board member. There is no board. He fired all the executives and all the board. He let all the board go.
Thank God, because they're all trash. A reason behind that, right, is now he can rebuild properly. He can get the people that are actually needed to run the platform. Right? Okay, so First thing he does, fires half the employees, maybe 3/4. I forget the numbers. Realistically, I don't know the numbers. I think it was 7,000 or just slightly less than 8. And what did he do? Fire like 3,500, right? Okay. Now, he still has a large sum of people that are literally doing absolutely nothing. Now, 200 to 500 people, I think you can run a pretty damn good business that way. I don't think a social media platform needs that many people. So what he did was he challenged them. He wants to see the necessary people to be able to integrate new ideas for the platform. Right? So you're going to take and say, hey guys, this is what we need done. You guys have this deadline to meet. Guess what? You know damn well in the back of his mind, he knew that that wasn't going to be feasible. Because he wanted to see who was actually necessary to be there and who was all like, I forget the terminology I want to use here, but there's people that do all the work, or the 90-10 rule, right? The 90-10 rule. 90% of the people aren't going to do jack shit, but or a few people are going to do 90% of the work. 10%, you know, there's the people that don't do shit. So I think that whole spiel with Twitter Blue was for that reason. He wanted to see what could happen, how much drama it would cause, who was going to, because he wanted to stir the pot. Because guess what? He bought Twitter just to stir the fucking pot. That's kind of where I'm sitting at now. With your idea of Twitter Blue, I almost could tell you for a fact that that's not going to be the final destination with that. I don't think he really wanted everybody to buy or pay $8 for a check mark. Right? There's other things that come along with it. And I think, and the thing I agree upon with you about is a lot of people bought it for the check mark. And I think there's something that needs to be changed with it for sure, because I don't think bots, spam accounts, trolls, I don't think that's very important. Like, I don't think you should be able to do that. I think you should have your phone number set up. I think you need to have your email and address linked.
No, I agree. No, I agree. No, I mean, I agree with you on that fact. I know that he set this up. He set the pay scale up, or the paywall up, for the fact to get rid of the bots. I understand that, which is a good thing. But my biggest complaint is, and it already failed. It failed like within the first week, because everybody was already complaining to the fact that, you know, it was basically a pay to play. I mean, it's no different. Okay, just like an example, like on Twitch. If Twitch followed that rule to where you could buy a verification saying you're verified on Twitch and give you a check mark for Twitch's price, $20, because that would probably be Twitch's price. Or the fact of
$19.99,
yeah,
$4 fee,
depending on where you bought it from, Apple or Android. But so that'd be the same thing. It's just like, okay, this would, you know, if they changed it to where in order to stream on their service, you had to pay to stream to it, would people still stream to it, even though it might be $20? I mean, it's not going to change. It's not going to change the way they do the content. It's not going to change anything else. All it's going to say is that I am not a bot. Do you think people on Twitch would pay $20? Because I guarantee if they do that, I mean, I can see it happening. I can see a lot of these platforms going this direction to get rid of the bot accounts. But there's always those coders out there. There's always those coders out there that are going to get around the bot system. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it would work too good for Twitch, because it's all about user counts. right, in ad revenue, and the same thing for Twitter. But Elon said, "Fuck all that. I don't need the numbers of these bots. I can gain actual personnel on this platform, right? Because Twitter's just drama. That's it. Well, that's what it thrives off of.
Oh
Jokes,
yeah,
all that stuff.
but
But I don't think Twitch can do that because the platform is already
no, I mean, I was just saying. I mean,
shitty.
it would be the same way. It's just like if Twitch ran through something like that, you would still have the same drama. You'd probably have a lot more pissed off people. I mean, because they're already with the changes they're taking.
That's where they'd run to, though.
Yeah, there would be really no place to run to.
Twitter.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, because you can stream to Twitter. I mean, you can stream to Twitter.
Yeah, and that's why, like, what can be changed on the platform, blah, blah, blah. Like, he tweeted that out, I think, today. Like, what should I do next?
Yeah.
It's like, I think it would be a great idea to add a streaming platform, portion of a streaming platform there.
Well, I mean, they already do, basically. Awesome. Periscope's been around for years, and no one knows. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't realize that you can stream to Twitter. You can stream your entire gaming stream to Twitter if you wanted to. But the fact is, they don't advertise Periscope because, for one, I don't think they have the server speeds or the servers capable of handling, 30,000 people or 40,000 people or 80,000 people streaming on. Because it is a social media platform, not a streaming platform. But no, my biggest thing is
great to do that though.
Yeah, I mean, I've streamed to Twitter before. I mean, you stream in 1080. I mean, the bit rate's there. Everything else, the quality's good. But no, the whole reason is behind. I mean, this is what I have read through the fine lines. The whole reason why he's wanting to make it a paid subscription is because he's wanting to take it private. He's wanting to pull it out of the public eye and take it private. Which, if that's the case, then everybody that gets on the platform will pay, one way or the other. You will have to pay to be verified. You will have to pay to use it. And it's not going to kill the platform because so many people are involved in the platform that it's not going to kill it. Even those big names out there that, Kathy Griffin, for one, it was stupid on her part to change her fucking name to Elon Musk. I mean, that was just a given. She was going to get permabanned. It's in the TOS.
Get out of here.
I mean, it's a given.
Elon.
I mean, it's a given. She impersonated somebody without it being a parody, and that's against TOS. But a lot of people don't even realize that there is a Twitter TOS. I guarantee it. I mean, even though it's right there in your settings, but
well, for the Twitter Blue, you had to sign up and get verified in one of the rules. Like, there's several rules with it, right? And I don't think the reason why he went private with it is for that reason.
Oh no,
there's several factors in it. Yeah, and I think you agree with that. Is there's several factors in.
Well, that. Yeah, the reason why he's wanting to take it private is to level the political playing field. Because Twitter is a political platform.
Yeah, and there's just too much nonsense, and I think that's the reason why he doesn't let Trump back on yet. I think he's going to eventually, but I think he's going to wait. I think he's going to wring that out till everything else settles down. I think he's going to, but I think it's just going to depend on his next moves with the platform itself, right? Because yes, you bring it out of the public eye, out of the purchasable public eye, right? If you go to private, I don't know if I can say that. Like, I don't think I can talk about.
See, the funny thing is he brought Trump back. He brought Trump and Jordan Peterson back, but now Trump's not on here anymore.
No, he doesn't have Trump back.
Yeah, he was brought back because I logged onto his account, but now it's not on there no more.
No, he didn't. He released today. He had.
See, Jordan Peterson's back.
There's several. I think there was 3 people he brought back today.
Well, Jordan Peterson. Well, no,
Pretty big name accounts.
like I said, I know Trump was back, but when you clicked on his account, there was a big restriction thing that came up.
Can you look that up?
But it's not there now.
Because I don't think he brought him back yet. And
no, he brought him back. What I'm saying is he brought him back, and then he's taking him back down because he's not on there anymore. Because what I searched his name and his Twitter came up. But it said when you clicked on the name in the search field, you clicked on it. When it went to his page, it said this was restricted. Did you want to continue? But now it's not there at all.
It's supposed to be a debate. And I'm a debate that I don't think he brought him back at all. But I don't know that for a fact, so I can't tell you that, right?
But no.
Anyway.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the whole point of taking it private, is to level the political playing field. That was the whole point.
Yes. I can agree with you there, because it was a lot of just one-sidedness. Everything was getting restricted, just like Facebook and Instagram. Also, don't keep posting on Instagram. It's a trash platform. Anyway, Facebook,
well, it's only made for pictures.
Like, I think yeah, it was. Now it's just stupid. I don't know, but I think there's a lot more he's about to do, and I don't think it's gonna quiet down anytime soon. But back to the point of Twitter Blue, if I had the money, I would have done it specifically for the Carbon account because of the perks that it comes with.
But like I said, okay, so
your posts get boosted. If you're commenting or anything, it's at the top of the page. It's not at the bottom with all the minions, right? And not with all the other trolls. Then, on top of that, you get editing. What else was there? There was what was the other perks with it? I'm drawing a blank now. But there's several perks.
Yeah, you get longer videos, you get HD quality video.
Yeah, the longer, the video portion was pretty damn important, especially for us, right? Like organizations, newspapers, writers. That's really important. News outlets, man.
Yeah, well, and the whole reason why, when he first did it, the only reason why it's restricted now or taken down is because it didn't work, because everybody was still verifying their account with a fake name. So, I mean, there was fake names coming up. That's what I'm saying. It didn't. There's got to be a lot more work to do that, and it just can't be done. I mean, I can see them doing. I agree with, like I said, if they're going to do it, they need to do the blue check mark and go back to the same verification system, to where it's sent to the people who do the verification and they research the account. Because I mean, you have to submit where the article's written. You have to submit all that stuff when you go get verified.
Yeah,
the old way.
I can agree with you there. I think that's the reason why I took it down too, because it was just a bunch of nonsense.
And I mean, the
fact, just wanted to stir the pot.
And the fact the only way you can get verified, the only way you can do it is off of an iPhone. I mean, why is Apple the only thing? So why is he segregating it only to Apple? I mean, why can't you do it?
I don't think he was. I think it was his employees, and that's why that person's no longer there. You saw that big freaking bullshit on the timeline about, I worked on Android for how long? And then he pops back, is like, so why isn't anything fixed? And guess what? He's no longer with them. Like,
well, I mean, I understand.
I think it was meant to roll out that way. But I also think this entire situation with Twitter Blue was for a reason within it. And that's why I think he took it private. So public trading wasn't an option. So I don't think if he took it or left it public, their stocks would be down tenfold. Right?
Oh,
That's just my
it's
thing.
already publicly
I think
traded.
it was all a. I think it was all just kind of a scheme. I think it was all a scheme, and
But see, that's what I was trying.
think
That's what I was trying.
purchasing it is a good idea, but I also think you need to have more of a verification process to it. It's
Yeah.
not just I pay $8 and that's what I get. I get a check mark and all these other perks. I think you have to have a way to verify people past just the $8. And that's where I agree with you. I know this debate was supposed to be me not agreeing at all with you.
But it's just me. You cannot agree with me because I make sense.
No, but and that's just how the debate goes, right? With me and you, like we talk it out and then find a solution to it. That's just what men do.
Well, that's what a debate's supposed to be. I mean, you're supposed to debate a situation and come to an even ground somewhere down the road, but that doesn't work in today's.
But I think the idea of you having to pay for something to be able to get something is absolutely a good idea. The Twitter was going bankrupt with how much bullshit that was going on. Did you see like they were having like $400 meal vouchers?
Oh,
they
yeah.
were all working from home. They were all like, did you see the TikTok about like one of their employees, like they work like 4 hours and like they get all this shit, like they go into the office once a month or whatever and have all this shit, like a whole course meal, you know, meditation rooms. And I'm sorry, man, you're there to work. You're there to work. Why hasn't anything happened over the past couple of years that is actually good for the platform?
Well, it's just because it was running in the benefit of who they were. You know, like I said, it was
lobbying.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I can think of the word.
Yep.
Because I mean, it was a liberal platform. I mean, not to bring politics into this, but I mean, Twitter, it was a liberal platform, and that's one reason why I was glad that Elon bought it for the fact because, yeah, everybody thinks he's conservative and pro Republican and everything, but he's not. He's about business.
No.
He's about business.
He's business dude, man.
But people don't
guess
see
what
that.
Sells, man. Drama. Drama sells. News sells. Everything sells. So trying to battle against, you know, liberals and stuff, that's not what he's trying to do, but it sells. Right? Because you get on Facebook, I'd be seeing articles after articles about what Elon's doing, and that's on Facebook, bro.
Yeah.
There's articles on Facebook about Twitter and Elon. Like,
well, see, because Facebook
numbers in itself has increased with the number of users, and they're natural users because they're like, what the fuck is going on Twitter? Like, I think you are absolutely right that everything he's doing is about business, and it's not just politics. It's not just this, but he's playing a lot of people.
Yeah,
like you see everybody like just getting at him, you know, on both sides now.
Well, yeah, because
both
he's
sides political standpoint.
Because he's leveling the playing field, and that's not, you can't, you know, in a political stance of it, you can't. Yeah, in the political stance of it, you can't level it.
Like that.
Yeah, but so
government hates it.
So it's like, you know, Twitter has over 450 million monthly active users. You know, and this is majority audience belongs to the ages of 25 to 34, which is cancel culture. You know, so that's the reason why, you know, the platform is so, you know, and it's funny because there's so many different avenues of that platform. The platform is run, you know, Twitter is run just like any other thing. It's run off the algorithm. It's run off the algorithm of what you search, what you look at, who you talk to, who you interact with. Trust me, I've been trying to break that algorithm in my feed because all I used to talk to was content creators. Nothing against content creators. I love you all. You all do hard work and everything else, but I'm trying to branch out my business. And anytime I get any response back or anything else, it's from content creators. I want businesses. I want music artists. I want, everybody else. There's so many different avenues inside Twitter. It's one thing I preach to everybody else. It's like, you need to quit promoting yourself just to content creators. Break the algorithm of Twitter, break the algorithm of every social media that you're on, and go outside the box and start bringing in other people.
Yeah.
But
not to get like number wise or anything, but I have broken that algorithm several fucking times. Just by being on there for 2 hours.
Yeah.
The next day, guess what I'm looking at? Just before the show, right? Like, we were just talking about it in DMs. It's like, all this, Twitter stuff and Twitter Blue. And guess what? I get on Twitter. I follow Elon. I follow a few other businesses and personnel on there. Guess what? My whole feed's changed.
Yeah.
It was all Apex.
Yeah.
Whenever I first started, it was all just Apex creators. And then I got into Blood Hunt. And guess what? My feed started getting into Blood Hunt.
Yep.
And then I'm switching over to Call of Duty. Guess what? My feed's starting to be Call of Duty. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is what we're talking about, is like, whatever you are watching or viewing, liking, retweeting, that's what you're going to see. So if you want to go and try to reach out to businesses, say, let's say energy drinks for just shits and giggles, right? You follow Glitch, you follow G Fuel, you follow our friends over there at Freshen Up. Guess what you're gonna start seeing?
Yeah,
you're gonna start seeing all the businesses related to that, right?
Okay.
And that's what people just don't understand, is that because they have access to your information, because they, you're viewing stuff on Facebook and Instagram and all these other social media platforms, TikTok for shit's sakes, even in your Safari on your phone or Google or whatever you're using, it tracks all of that. As soon as you download a platform, you agree to terms and services or the acknowledgments, you're agreeing for them to track your shit.
Yeah.
Facebook is the hugest one, and that's the reason why that Facebook has the largest ad revenue and largest financial gain from it, because they have more access to your information than I don't want to say this for fact, but in my personal opinion, it's because of that, right?
Oh,
I don't know, Rebel, if you have any more information regarding it, but Facebook, I think, tracks more information than any other platform.
That'll go into the conspiracy theory list, because there is a conspiracy theory against Facebook and the tracking of information. And it's a pretty solid it's a pretty solid conspiracy theory. But no, yeah, that's true, and that's the reason why I think that Elon. I mean, like I said, don't get me wrong. I'm all for Elon buying this shit. I'm all for Elon coming in and revamping this platform. I don't have a problem with the verification system, paying the $8 a month for Blue, but you're gonna have to.
There's gotta be additional shit.
You've got to be able to split it. Like I said, it's no different than an affiliate and a partner on Twitch. Affiliate, even though there's really no difference anymore, other than the fact you don't get the check mark. But there's really no difference right now with Twitter, because the check mark is universal. He grayed them out for a reason. He brought back the old gray ones for a reason, because, now that you tell me, now it makes sense why I keep saying that it's not in my country. It's like, well, that's funny. Everybody else got one that's in my country. Why can't I? But if it stays the way it started, it's going to be a pay to play. That's basically it. If he brings it back and that's the way it goes, and he does not change the fact that if you're a paid subscriber, you get a gray check mark. If you're a verified personality
with the additional information,
you get a blue check mark.
Tapes, yeah, with the verification process from before. And I think it has to be changed a little bit from before.
Well, I think it just needs to be included.
It was a lot about followage. It came down to a lot about followage than it was actually the process of getting verified. Because the whole point of the verification, right, was to make sure that who you were on that platform was who you say you were.
Yeah.
The platforms, businesses, all of that. That's what that process was made for. But it ended up towards the end there, and just, that it was more so who has more followers, who had more engagement, who can bring us more ad revenue. Right.
I think with some of the people that were involved with it, I think it was all about. I mean, they were bringing out articles about people were paying like tens of thousands of dollars to get their blue check mark. Yeah.
I mean, shit. I can go out to a newspaper tomorrow and have them write an article. I could pay them fucking $25 for the ad space, and guess what? Carbon could get verified. Or supposedly we could, right?
Yeah.
Because we had an article written about us.
Yeah, because I mean that's like.
But that wasn't what was happening on that platform, right? Like, it just wasn't. It was, you had to have certain number of followers, certain other engagement. You also had to verify that here's an article, here's a newspaper clipping, whatever it fucking was, and it was just bullshit. I mean, you had people with 600,000 followers not being verified.
Yeah.
Why? Because they didn't agree with their point of view?
Well, yeah, like I said, it was strongly a liberal platform. Like I said, I mean, I cannot stop bringing politics into it because it was a political platform. Always will be, always has been. That's the reason why it was created, was a political platform.
Yeah, for people to debate.
Yeah.
In the public eye, is to have that debatable.
That's the reason why. That's one of the reasons why when Twitter first launched, it didn't fly. The bird did not fly when it first launched, because you had MySpace, you had all these other little social medias that were surrounding it that were doing actual social media stuff. You had Instagram that was just starting off. Snapchat was starting off. There was different platforms. Vine was starting off. So you had all these platforms that Twitter was competing against. Because I remember when Twitter launched, MySpace was the big thing back then.
Yep.
So it was either, because I actually, when it launched, I actually signed up for an account to see what it was, but then I realized, it was just a thread. That's all it was. You could just post threads. You couldn't do anything else.
Yeah.
You couldn't add GIFs. You couldn't add funny faces. You couldn't do anything else. It was just a thread post. That's all it was. And I think that's a lot of it that killed its launch, is for the fact because it wasn't anything different. It was just
special.
Yeah, somebody just threw a platform up and said, okay, we're calling it Twitter. But now over the years,
if it was actually called Twitter back then.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, yeah, several times. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
That happens before.
It's just like everybody posts the platform. Somebody thinks it's good, and then somebody buys it. But it was. I mean, that's basically when I
Indeed, Huntsman, like Indeed.
Yeah, I mean,
or not Indeed.
No, Indeed's even morphed into something totally different than just the job posters. You can go live. You can stream live on Indeed.
They have. Shoot, man, I'm having a brain fart here, but there's another platform for the businesses and the owners, and CEOs that just can't. It's been around a while, and I didn't even know what the fuck it was. And then I got on it, and I was like, oh, okay.
But yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I can't think of it either.
It wasn't I feel like it was IN.
Oh, LinkedIn.
It was a blue logo. LinkedIn. Yes.
Yes, LinkedIn.
That's changing.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that was a job posting shit.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, they both were. Indeed was the one where you connected like your resume and everything to, and people could find you. And LinkedIn was more of a social media platform for different businesses.
Yep. And now, like, those businesses can reach out to other businesses, try to find investors on it. Like, we've done that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're on it. Ryan's on it. Like, that's how he tries to locate investors. That's how you get in contact with different businesses like EA.
Well, that's the reason.
But it's just,
yeah, that's the reason why when I tell people, is just like, when I ask them, it's just like, because if they're struggling, it's like, are you on Indeed? Are you on LinkedIn? You know, half the people don't even know what those are. You know, if you're a content creator and you're watching this later, sign up for one of those two and get active in that social media platform, because that is where you're good at.
For sure.
That is where you're going to start, like he said, attracting your investors and tracking more sponsorships. You're going to be going outside the box of content creating and actually getting into brand deals and stuff like that through them.
I say this: the average person, no.
No,
I wouldn't want the average person with 100 or 50 followers on Twitter.
No, you should still get on it and build your social media or your.
You gotta have some sort of business background, man.
Not anymore.
Don't embarrass your fucking self on there.
Well,
don't be going on there and be like, I want to sponsor with EA.
Nah, I see what you're talking about.
That's not how that fucking works, man. You gotta have a business. You gotta have something backing you that you can be professional about.
That's the whole key word right there, professional. You've got to be a professional.
You got to be.
You can't be somebody that's that's what I'm saying. If you're looking to branch out and become something more than just a if you're just an actual something other than just a Twitch streamer relying on Twitch to pay you every month, and you want to actually get into the bigger brand deals and get into people that are servicing TikTok creators, get into people that are servicing other big name creators, LinkedIn and Indeed is the places you need to be. But just like he said, you have to have a business mind.
I don't know about Indeed. I think that's still job posting. But LinkedIn, very important. Very important. I mean, shit.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what Twitter started out. Twitter started out as a thread-based. That's all it was, is just thread-based. And then then they realized that they could start getting into the political realm of things. And then, of course, you know, when you get politics involved, everything becomes corrupt.
Guess what time it is, man?
Sorry, not much of a debate. It's because you can't debate. You can't debate what is truth. You can't debate what is fact. I should run for president.
No, I don't know about you, Rebel Dog, but I think this conversation definitely a very good conversation, guys, because it shows you professionalism. It shows you that, you know, how businesses kind of operate, right? Even behind the scenes. Okay, any normal corporation, what Elon is doing is completely normal. Completely normal.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever you got into PayPal, guess what? I'm sure that entire fucking business was ripped in and out before it is the way it is now. Right?
Well, yeah. It's just like any major businesses.
Big corporation is bought out by another person. It goes the way it's going right now. Not as publicized. Not as publicized, because guess what? It's not a social media platform, right? It's probably a technology platform or pharmaceutical shit. Like, companies come in, or business owners come in, they see, shit, dude, we could be making a lot fucking more, right? We could be making a ton more if we didn't have all these shitty employees. No offense, guys, but if you work a 9 to 5 or, you know, nighttime job, you're an employee. And guess what? They're going to look at that, see where, production is, and then in return, they're going to knock off the people that are not going to be part of that. They're going to see the hardworking people or the people that are getting. It all just depends. It all just depends, right? They're looking at money. They're looking at people that have 30 years of experience, but guess what? They're getting paid a lot of fucking money. They're going to probably let them go with a little severance package, but they're not going to get their 401k plan because guess what? That means future money. They're going to pay it out. They're going to just get rid of you now because in 10 years, you're going to have us owe you a lot of money. So they're just going to get rid of you. Like,
yeah.
They're going to look at production. They're going to look at this. And it's the same way here on Twitter, guys. And I think a lot of people don't realize it is because it's so publicized in it, because it's a social media platform, and because the way Elon is, that he just does not give a shit about your opinions, he's going to do what he needs to do. He's going to treat it just like he treated PayPal and I don't know about SpaceX. I'm pretty sure he bought out another company and then renamed it SpaceX and got it off the ground. It's the same way, guys. You got to think of it as a business guy as well, because people don't think that same way as, myself or Rebel or, normal 9-to-5 workers. Like, they're not thinking in a business aspect of things. They're just thinking, oh my God, Elon, billionaire, bought out the platform. Everything's going to shit. Fuck no, man. Yeah. He even stated, like, we've had more users in the past couple months than we have, come into the platform before.
Well, yeah, because he opened up the pay. Everybody wanted the verified check mark.
No.
Yeah. I guarantee that's what the increase was.
Drama about him and buying the platform and doing all these changes, causing a ruckus. Guess what? Us people love drama. We feed on that bitch. We're gonna eat it up. Guess where? More people coming to the platform. Now all eyes are on Elon. Now all eyes are on Twitter. People are coming to the platform. Guess what that means? Potential for ad revenue. Companies that have left because they don't agree with all these changes. I don't want to be caught in the crossfire. They'll be back. And if they're not going to be back, that's fine. He doesn't care.
Well, and then, like I said,
it's all about money, man.
They don't have anywhere else to go. I mean, where are they going to go? Facebook? I mean, that's the only other place to go.
And guess what? You got to shove out a shitload of money for that platform.
I mean,
Facebook, because of the way they steal your information. Anyway, we're going to get into the conspiracy corner. Rebel, do you want to start off with the Facebook conversation? Because mine's always going to be about aliens.
Let's see. Let's see. Just the employment field generally, we're fortunately in a certain. Oh yeah. No, I would say probably less than 10 years. I would say probably in the next 5. There's gonna be a lot of changes, especially considering whatever goes down with the. I mean, I know people hate talking about politics, but you got to talk about politics because politics is what rules the world, rules everything else. I mean, you can stay out of it whatever you want, but it determines how you get your paycheck next week. It will determine how
we just go into like POVs and how we think and feel about it. We're just gonna state the facts behind of like how it operates, man.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people just don't know.
No.
Like, we're here to teach everybody.
I mean, I'm not going to get into the politics, I'm not going to get into the, like, yeah, this is the reason why. No, I ain't going to get into that shit. But I'm not going to argue about what candidate is better.
Opinions.
But it's understanding the behind, how it works. Everybody needs to figure that. Everybody should have took a government class. Yeah. Everybody should have paid attention in government class instead of falling asleep.
Oh, dude, I tell you what, man. Back whenever I was going through school, nah. So I disagreed with the teacher several times because there's.
Yeah.
I know you're throwing in your fucking opinion.
Yeah.
Like, I'm reading the same books that were probably written by people just like yourself. Like I it, I have a more open mind than most, right? This is why these debates with Rebel are so fucking fun because hey, I'm pretty open minded. If you come at it with facts, I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna put my opinion out there, and if somebody rebuttals back, and I'm like, oh, okay, I can see where that's going. Like, that's why it's so great, Rebel. That's why I think you're.
It's the reason why I won.
Oh, bullshit,
No.
this motherfucker.
But no, it's true. It's like until people quit seeing colors and start seeing the person and how it's going to affect us in the long run, we're gonna it is gonna be screwed. There's shit, I can understand. We need a one side or the other side. That is a fact. But
well, we will never be able to get away from it.
no, and I mean, there was even time. This was a good time. This was a good time. Still is a good time. You still got 2 years. This is a good time for another party to start up and create a bunch of ruckus. But you know what? There's so many people that they're keyboard warriors. They love to type on Twitter. They love to type on Instagram and everything else, but they don't want to stand up and do anything because they're afraid to get canceled.
Those that do, right? Those are the extremists.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Then you get canceled.
Right. Then cancel culture comes in. Social media was a blessing. This is my final opinion on it. Social media is a blessing for a lot of people, but it's also a downfall because too many opinions in a pot causes a fuckload of issues.
And my last thoughts on it. And my last thoughts on it is, why in the hell am I getting so many nudes in my Twitter feed? I don't even look at that shit. I don't even search for that, but all of a sudden I've got like I don't know. It's kind of weird. I mean,
hey, remember when I talked to you about that algorithm?
I don't search it though. So it's kind of crazy. That just goes to my theory. I have a question. Why am I not getting so many nudes? You can have all mine because I get a shit ton in my Twitter feed. I got to be careful.
Sign into his second account.
I've got to be careful when I'm on my Twitter when I'm live, because a lot of times I will have risque, not safe for work, not safe for anything, photos pop up or threads pop up, and it's like, what the hell? Yeah, I think it's because I think the reason why is because I do follow a lot of people that are like they're business, they're business people. I mean, I do have a couple of people that I talk to on a regular basis that are used to be in the adult industry that deal with, but they have like a different business now, but they're still tagged, being in that business.
Which is fine, guys. Like we come to the agreement, Rebel Dog and I, that it's okay. Me personally, it's okay. I apologize for a couple episodes ago where I was going in on shit. Just having a bad day.
Like Seymour Butts. Yeah. Put that in there. You'll probably get some.
We do have to segue into another conversation, brother, because guess what? We hit an hour here, and we still haven't talked about conspiracy, man. This is supposed to be the fun part.
I know Seymour Butts is an actual dude. I know. But I guarantee you, if you search that in any search engine, you'll get a shit ton of results that you probably don't want to see, or you may want to see it. I don't know. But no, yeah, a good question. Following up on this here, going into conspiracy theory, Facebook is a good conspiracy theory. Facebook is an awesome conspiracy theory.
All right, you speak about it, and I gotta whip up my conversation with, we all know what mine is. Well, I don't know about all y'all, but Rebel Dog knows it because we sat down for hours watching this. This is how we became friends. Conspiracy theories on his channel.
Did you know that there's actually supposedly there's somebody out there saying there's an alien army? What is it, on Saturn?
Yes.
Did you see that?
Shit. I seen it, man. I was like, yes, aliens. No, I'm playing.
But the conspiracy theory on Facebook that has been going around that started last year, I believe. Well, it's been around for a while, but I mean, it really fired back up last year and got me looking into it. There is an agency run by the national government called DARPA, which is the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency. That is an actual agency in the U.S. government. It's in Arlington, Virginia. Anyways,
That's near me.
let's see. I can't remember when Facebook started. Facebook started February 4th. Okay, remember this date. Facebook started.
Careful, man, I got cops outside my house.
Well, why already? Damn, you're getting swatted already. Damn.
You done said DARPA, and everybody's like, "Oh shit!"
But
send the troops.
But the conspiracy theory behind Facebook is Facebook started February 4th, 2004. Of course, I'm sure you've all seen what was the movie that came out, where he said he stole it from the kid. Well, I honestly, to God, think he stole the idea.
You definitely did.
I mean, they both had competing things going up. I mean, Zuckerberg was a coder and this other kid was a coder too, but and they coded an internal site to matchmake college students. That's what it was originated for. But this is the conspiracy theory. Facebook launched February 4th, 2004. So remember that date. DARPA already had a program in place prior to that called LifeLog. LifeLog was a project called Information Processing Techniques Office of the Defense of Advanced Research and Project Agency. Basically, its sole purpose was to create a dossier or a file on each individual in the world, logging their internet searches, logging their habits, logging their basic anything about their life, what they had for breakfast, everything. Anything you posted on the internet was put into a file with your name on it, or whatever number was associated to your name. So basically, it was compiled a massive electronic database on every activity and relationship a person engages in. This was to include credit card purchases, websites visited, content of telephone calls, emails sent, received, scanned of faxes, postal mail sent, received, instant messages sent, received, books, magazines read, television, radio, selections, physical, I mean, anything you did in your entire world, right down to your GPS sensor on your phone. This was collected by LifeLog on each individual that was connected to the internet. Okay, so here we go. February 3rd, 2004, LifeLog was canceled. Now, remember the date? What date did I just put out? When did Facebook start?
Oh, no. Tell us again.
February 4th. February 4th, 2004. LifeLog was canceled February 3rd, 2004. Facebook launched publicly February 4th, 2004. And what does Facebook do? Collects every bit of that information. So my theory, this is my conspiracy theory behind that. After watching that movie, that's why I'm saying I think it was, like I said, he was doing it and this other kid was doing it. It was a competing deal. They were trying to come up with a database to match, the girls and the boys on campus.
On campuses, yep.
So what I'm thinking it is that Mark Zuckerberg just happened to be the dude that had probably like some type of political pool in his family. His family probably had some political backing or something like that and found out what he was doing and took that. And the government came to Zuckerberg and said, hey, you know what? We have this program that is starting to catch a lot of flack because it is becoming public. We're going to cancel it, give you the algorithms, and y'all can take it over. So now it's a publicly traded social media platform under the radar of basically the government spying on us. But the government's still spying on us because I guarantee the government up until here recently, I think what happened with all these congressional hearings, I think that was, and the change of Meta, when he changed Facebook to Meta, I think that was when the government parted ways because shit was coming downhill and was pointing fingers at the government of what Facebook was doing. And I think the government said, okay, we're cutting ties. You're on your own. The money's gone. You figure it out. Ever since that happened, ever since it changed from Facebook to Meta, Facebook is bleeding financially, everything. They're losing people. They've shut down their certain functions of their applications. And he's trying to find more money now. So my conspiracy theory is the fact that the government is now pulled out, is no longer part of Facebook. So now Zuckerberg's like, oh crap, now I've got to come up with all this extra money to do things. Well, we can't have Facebook anymore. Let's change it to Meta. So that killed the Facebook. He changed it to Meta thinking that it was going to reinvent. And now he's wanting to go, because he's wanting to go into virtual reality. So
he wants to have government assistance towards his future plans.
Yeah.
Right? Like Meta, it's, oh, guess what, guys? This could help people with their health. Well, people can use Metaverse to practice surgery.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all saw that ad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sure, it probably will, but that's what he's trying to say, though, is that entire thing is, I think it's factual, but I also don't think the government gave it to him. I think it was kind of already planned. But maybe I'm wrong. The world may never know. Like the Tootsie Roll or Tootsie Pop.
And we will never know. And even if we did know, it's just like aliens. If we did know, we're not going to believe it anyways, because we've been filled so much with shit over the years that we don't know what's the truth. And if the truth did come out and bite us in the ass, we wouldn't know. That's just it. We've been blinded so long that, I mean, who's to tell? I mean, I honest to God think that most of our actresses and actors are fucking some type of alien. I mean, look at Tom Cruise. Good fucking example, dude. The dude's in his 60s and he looks like he's still in his 30s.
All right.
I mean, come on.
Bagging off the serious topics, ladies and gentlemen. No government interference here. Well, technically there was, because guess what? The government has hands every fucking where. All right.
Oh no, let's talk about Tom Cruise. I want to talk about Tom Cruise, man. That dude. Everybody thinks that everybody thinks that Zuckerberg's an alien. Come on, dude. Look at Tom Cruise.
All right. Y'all heard about Bermuda Triangle. Y'all heard about aliens. Y'all know about magnetic force fields and shit, right? Okay. Now let's talk about ranches. Blind Frog Ranch. What was the other show that we were watching? Do you remember it?
Yeah, I remember the show, but I don't remember the name right away.
I don't remember the fucking name either.
Skinwalker.
Skinwalker Ranch. Dude, Huntsman knows this. My boy Huntsman.
That's because that's all you talk about.
Dude, tell me if this is not going to be factual, okay? If you haven't watched the show, there is a ranch called Skinwalker Ranch. It has some conspiracy theories out the ass over there. Me personally, right? Everybody knows the story about meteorites hitting the earth, killing dinosaurs and shit. Okay, that's a whole nother conspiracy theory. We'll get to that later date. So, I think that meteorite hit where the Bermuda Triangle is. Everybody knows in meteorites there's a lot of magnetic material, gold, Urania, all that nonsense up there in the spatial areas. I think there was 2 different meteorites that hit the Earth. There's one that hit kind of where the U.S., in the middle of the U.S. I think that there's a bunch of deposit over there, a lot of magnetic material in the ground. And the reason why I say that is because of that show, Skinwalker Ranch. If you haven't watched it, watch it. And Flying Frog Ranch. See where I'm getting at here. As well as the Bermuda Triangle. I think there's a ginormous meteorite that hit Bermuda Triangle back in the day. And I think that's why there's so much magnetic interference in those 2 areas. And I'm sure there's several other areas as well of magnetic interference. And I think it's because of meteorites hitting Earth. And the soil itself, if you go there, there is a lot of deposit in there. If you take a scoop out of the ground, melt it down, you're going to have magnetic material. You're going to have a lot of different deposits in there rather than just normal ass dirt. Right? Also, in Skinwalker Ranch, about a couple miles, I think, south, there was nuclear testing, right? Back in, the 50s, 40s? I forget. But yeah, I don't even know what George just said. What did he say? Yeah, mid-40s. Okay, cool. But yeah, back then, they were doing a lot of nuclear testing. And I think there's a lot of nuclear fallout. And that's why they get so much, nuclear waves and shit in that area. Guys, listen, it's very hard for me to explain it because I don't have all the facts. And I don't think a lot of other people have a lot of the facts because I am dumb. I can't remember it all.
But no, that's a good thing. I mean, I agree. I think a lot of it, because magnetic pull can really screw with your psyche.
It messes with GPS. It messes with bodies. It messes with a lot of shit. All the stuff that we have now, technology. A lot of the things that are messing with their GPS tracking and all that. That's that they were using as instruments trying to test all this shit, it always interfered with shit. They tried to put a telescope up to look at the sky, and guess what? Now that system that tracked where the stars were just malfunctions just in that area, but like anywhere else, it wasn't working. Yeah. Okay. Conspiracy Corner. That was fantastic, my brother. That was really fun.
Wait a minute, I'm not done. I have a question. You're talking about all this stuff. Now you got my mind going. We can lead this off into the next conversation. Okay, we're talking about the magnetic pull and stuff like that, which the Earth. You got to understand. What the hell do we have a freaking core that is boiling lava in the center of the Earth? That creates a magnetic force. That's what makes the Earth turn. All that good stuff. You take Science 101, you learn that shit. But my thing is like, okay, talking about aliens, talking about all this. What do you think of the fact of maybe there's like time portals that are just kind of like out there in the middle of nowhere?
Brother, there's such thing as black holes, man.
I know that's in space, but that's what I'm saying. What do you think about time portals here?
I will never decline an idea.
The reason why I say this is because this has popped back up into social media feeds here lately. Is back on January 26, 1950, the Douglas C-54 Skymaster disappeared completely. No wreckage, no nothing. The last radio contact for 2 hours on an 8-hour flight was going from Alaska to Montana. There was 44 people aboard, including a flight crew and passengers. It disappeared 2 hours into flight, just totally vanished. And supposedly, I can't remember when, that's what I was trying to look up, but supposedly this flight surfaced like 50 years later, or 40 years later, landed in a airport somewhere over like in Belize or Brazil or something like that.
Yes, I remember seeing that.
And then when the pilot got off to depart, he asked, they were dumbfounded because this was a 1950 plane that landed on their airstrip full of passengers. And then supposedly when they were questioned about where they were, the pilot took off with the passengers and they've never seen the plane again. So that's what I'm saying. Is there possible that, things like the Bermuda Triangle, instead of aliens, is it possible that, because, okay, have you heard of the theory about you remember Stargate, the show Stargate? You remember that show? It's where they had planet Earth was like a base, and then they had these stargates that they could like go to different planets on.
Yeah, different planets. Yep.
Well, there's actually people have been locating relics around the United States and different parts of the country, a part of the world that resemble a Stargate that was on TV show. And so, they've not found anything else other about it, but they do find out there's a lot of magnetic activity around these sites. But it's just kind of fun. Okay, so is the Bermuda Triangle, considering it's such a, because the things that have been lost in the Bermuda Triangle, they've never really found any of them. I mean, look at Amelia Earhart.
Dude, all I'm saying is that's a lot of magnetic shit that goes crazy over there. All I'm saying is you go through it. I don't remember anybody being able to go through it and coming back. And those that do are one lucky son of a bitch. I think there's a lot of shit in the soil. I think there's shit in the fucking sky. You guys can see reports of other people that have GPS tracking on their ships and radar. If they see something outside, it's not on any other person's radar, even on ground. All I'm saying is, y'all, keep a fucking open mind.
Okay, and
don't try to bash other people with these ideas because
there's
a lot. That's how scientists work too. They start off with an idea and they track down the facts throughout history. So I'm not saying aliens exist. I'm also not saying that the Earth's flat and the Earth's circle. I don't fucking know. Like, the Earth's round, y'all. The Earth's fucking round.
It's just there's a new series out on Netflix too that it goes back to right now I've only got on episode 1, but they're talking about the Great Flood. If you've ever taken a world religion course in college where you study the different religions, they all talk about a massive flood. That's the only thing out of all the religions that connect each other, is the fact that yes, they all, well, besides of a Messiah or whatever, but a major event that happened, the Great Flood, is in every major religion. Every religion. It's the Great Flood happened in every religion. But, so there's this thing out there they found this, I can't remember where it is, somewhere over on the other side of the pond. But they found this island over there full of monks or whatever, and so they found at the top of the peak, the highest point of this little island, there is a formation on top of it that has some weird lava rocks, which is not weird to the region because they're made that way, but these have been shaped. These at one time were stationary to like a little small community type thing, which was back in the day. But when they were doing ground samples, they've only sampled back. They thought creation started 5,000 years ago.
Yep.
So, but they started doing ground samples, every so many feet down every time, and they found out that these ground samples are dating back tens of thousands of years.
10,000.
5,000 years to 6,000 years prior to our documented the first creation of civilization.
Even ground samples, it's actual material things.
Yeah.
Like we were listening to one of the shows. I'm not going to say what podcast we were both listening to before, but the person comes on and it explains it. It's a new Netflix series.
Yeah.
If you want to check it out, you can. Pretty
It's actually narrated. It's hosted by. I mean, Joe Rogan is like the person that starts it off, but because the dude was on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yep.
But
And then, yeah, that guy comes on and he's talking about it, and he makes some damn good observations. But guess what, y'all? Cancel culture is even in theories of like this. Like, people call it conspiracy theories until it isn't one anymore.
Yeah.
Right? Just like the Earth's flat, that conversation. Guess what? Somebody comes out, the Earth's round. Guess what? He's getting bashed left and right about this idea, and guess what? Proof starts unfolding itself over time.
But
History proves things.
Talking about debating, see, I'm one of these that I really do think the moon landing was faked. I think the moon landing was faked because of the fact. One reason why I think it was faked, because we were in such a rush to beat China to be the first that we couldn't do it. So whether the president, Kennedy knew it at the time or not, but I think NASA faked the initial moon landing just to say that we were there first.
To win that war.
Yeah.
The war of power, y'all.
Yeah.
Power runs the world. Money runs the world. Y'all heard it here before.
Oh yeah, Buzz Aldrin went back when the first conspiracy theory came out, before he lost his mind and stuff like that, because he did lose his mind later on in life, and that's the reason why he came out and sat there and said, "No, we didn't go." But he literally punched a guy out for saying that it was fake when he was younger. But that's because he was held under, if you fucking tell it, that he was held under the idea that if you tell the truth, you're going to Leavenworth for the rest of your life. Or some black site somewhere.
I don't know. I don't know. And I think a lot of it's covered up. A lot of shit is covered up, yo.
I mean, like I said, it doesn't matter if it's uncovered today. We're still not going to believe. I mean, most of the people like us will believe it because we've researched it and we understand that some of the facts don't match up. But the other people will just don't want to believe it. That's the reason they're called sheep. I hate to say that word, but that's the reason why they're called sheep, because they're led. They don't want to take the initiative. They don't want to do anything else. They just want to be led.
Before moving, Banished, you don't have to record any of this conspiracy stuff, man. Please don't clip it. It doesn't need to go on YouTube, and it doesn't also need to get recorded in any sort of way.
Oh, come on.
This is more of a fun segment. We're not going to be promoting it because guess what, y'all? Carbon's full of open-minded people, but outside of Carbon, y'all, listen, it's a tough world out there.
Oh,
we are going to be recording shit with well, I gotta think of it as a business, right?
Oh no, I know, no.
This is business part, but I just want to put that out there, y'all. This is more of a fun segment. If you don't agree, just say you don't agree. Come at it with some facts, man. We're trying to practice a little debating as well, right? We're trying to have open-minded people come, voice their opinions, voice their ideas, because that's how you get shit done.
Another one we could talk about later. If y'all never heard of it, you can research it, and we'll talk about it next time. The Philadelphia experiment. That one is fucking dope.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about
that. That is the dopest of them all. In 1943, we invented teleportation. We teleported a destroyer from Philadelphia to Norfolk.
Get me started on that shit.
We teleported a carrier, a destroyer, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania to Norfolk, Virginia.
We could start Conspiracy Corner.
Now, but that goes
could eventually become a whole nother
well, it could, because that goes back to the idea, do you believe that there are time warps or stargates? Now, once that started popping up, that's starting to pop up more and more in social feeds now. When I seen that, it's like, okay, that makes a little sense, because there are times People are going to call me crazy, but there's times when I'm driving in certain areas here where I live, because like I said, this town, the city I'm in now was like really booming back in the 50s and 40s and 50s and 60s, and it was a different kind of era. Women they had to wear skirts when they were outside. They couldn't wear pants. They couldn't do nothing like that if they were seen in public. They had to wear skirts. They had to wear shorts down to their knees. They couldn't wear the stuff they wear now. And it's just kind of weird. Like when I'm driving, every once in a while, I'll get this feeling like I'm being transported into like the 50s. Like it was just like a certain era. It's just like when you drive through a fog, you feel kind of funny sometimes. It's just like when I drive through certain areas, it's like I'm driving through like a time warp, and I feel different until I get to like the other side, and then it just kind of like disappears. I mean, it's a weird feeling.
Maybe you're just that old, man.
I mean, I was raised on the ideology of the 50s. No, I was
you're old enough to remember all those things.
No, I wasn't born in the 50s.
Listen, man.
I was born in the 70s.
This is the internet, man. I could be 40 fucking years old. Y'all don't know.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Like I said, there's a whole. I mean, if y'all want more of this, and you guys like it, I'll be glad to start bringing this shit up. I think I found topics for the Nation podcast too, man, because we can get on there and talk about this shit hardcore.
We're gonna start. You know what we do? You know what we should do, man? Because you brought this idea up. We should start that radio thing, man.
I've already started. I just haven't been on in a while.
No, separate, man. Like we try shit. If it works, we keep pushing it. If it doesn't work, fuck it. Because you keep going until it works. But with that radio thing, right? Is it actually just songs, or could you do like full podcast shit with it?
No, you can do anything on there.
Y'all, Conspiracy Corner, you know what I mean? That's some fun topics.
Look at shit, stealing my ideas. What the fuck? All right, competition. Nation or Carbon's conspiracy theories. You guys decide. When we start launching, because we're not launching until after next month.
Is that what the Nation podcast is? Yeah, talk about the Nation podcast.
Oh, the Nation podcast is a rebranded rebranded name from Dog and Company. What I started with Creator Talks. The Nation itself is a brand new rebrand that is going to be getting involved with a lot more different things. We are working on some things now with music artists. We're working with other type of creators, TikTok creators. We're trying to find people that are, it's basically, if you want to look at it, it's basically like maybe a market and research agency, to where we help people that don't have the funds or the know-how, or just want to be able to maybe do some better things. I found out that I am better at explaining and learning things than I am as a content creator, a streamer, whatever you want to call them. I'm not a gamer. The gaming side is dead. I only game for fun now on my channel. But the new one, the Rebel Nation Media, is basically we go out and we find different people, different creators, and get their story out there, try to boost them up. We're trying to boost our reach. That is our first goal, is we're trying to increase our reach, because we cannot do anything unless our reach is, up there. So after the 1st of December, some things are going live, like the radio station will be live. We have Nation Radio, Nation Podcast, Nation Media and Broadcasting, which is what's going to be helping like music artists and talent, stuff like that. If you cannot afford a venue to broadcast your music, we have the capabilities of going live on our website and broadcasting around the world. But in order to make it worth anything, we have to grow our reach. So that's one thing we're focusing on now, is trying to grow our reach. But that's just kind of the synopsis.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I do want to say thank you all for tuning in tonight. We're going to be back. A little introduction, y'all. Not Rebel. I'm so sorry. Rag and myself are actually going to start our own podcast where we're going to be talking about sports and just random nonsense. How our day's been and get you guys' kind of inputs on ideas, you know. Just kind of just chit chat, man. Start our own little fun podcast that's not boring. Really no topics. It's just whatever we're feeling for the day. We're going to be sitting down recording about 2 hours worth of stuff and creating some content from it. Hopefully have a few special guests. Iris is definitely interested in joining us with that. And yeah, it'll be posted on Spotify as well as our YouTube and I believe on Rag's Twitch. So if you're interested in that, that is going to be called Snow on Rag's podcast.
Rag on Snow podcast. Here we go.
Rag and Snow. Rag and Snow, Snow and Rag. Got ourselves a little logo action going on, but we'll wait to showcase that and at a later date. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in tonight. We will be back live again Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, y'all. It's a fun time. It's Carbon Corner. Thank you all for tuning in. Big shout out to our sponsors. Tonight, I believe we had Kindred Nations, Kindred Nights, Hot Sauce, as well as our apparel company, which we will announce here soon. We're going to be coming out with some apparel, some fantastic apparel, dude. Got uniforms, jerseys. Anyway, are we going to be playing some Call of Duty tonight?
Nah, it'll be here after a while. I gotta go finish my supper.
Yeah, I gotta eat too.
If it runs.
Linking up with some people. I'm gonna be playing some Warzone 2, having some fun. Anyway, Rebel Dog, any last words before we end the night?
So always keep an open mind. Look at everything. Don't judge everything. Be good about people. Be good about to people. But mainly, just keep an open mind. Quit judging. Everything is there. Everybody has their own opinion. So quit judging.
Don't take everything at face value.
You know, and sticks and stones still break bones, and words do not hurt you.
Famous words. Many other people. Anyway, y'all, have a great night.
We forgot about the sticks and stones after growing up, man. Sticks and stones might break my bones, but words will never hurt me. So y'all have a good night.
Good night. Next episode every Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Peace out.
Later.